What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, and I just wanted to do a quick video before I get started on my cooking video. I'm really trying to psych myself up just to get in the mode to get back in the kitchen again after being out for so long. But, I've been watching some of these YouTube videos, and I did want to post a video out there on, basically beware of who you listen to on YouTube. Now, when I look at the YouTube trucking, and if you want to call it community, I look at it in like three different segments. So you have the one segment that's going to be pretty much all the comedy, drama, all that kind of stuff, and really it's not taken too seriously. So they're pretty much harmless, I guess you could say. Nobody's going to really look at them and take anything that they say seriously. So like I said, nothing that I would look at and really be concerned about the content that they're putting out. Then you have the middle group, and the middle group could be, regardless of subscribers, they're just people that are basically, maybe giving a few tips or whatever. In my case, just kind of taking you along my journey, but they're really not speaking on anything that they don't know anything about. They might be talking about a company for the good or for the bad, and for the most part, most of the people that are speaking on these companies have actually worked at the company, so whether they're good or bad, I would take whatever they have to say in consideration, and typically they're going to be a little bit removed from all the drama and everything like that. So I would say, regardless of channel size, somebody to take into consideration when you're thinking about choosing a company or just anything along those lines. And then you have the third group, which is what I consider to be the dangerous group. And these are channels that, these truck drivers may have been in the industry 15, 20, 25 years or more. They have a lot of credibility, and actually they have a lot of great content that I listen to, content that I think is very valuable. But what happens is a lot of these channels try to speak on what they don't know about. So for example, and I'm just saying Prime just because that's who I happen to be working for, but it could be with any company really under that mega carrier umbrella that a lot of these companies or these channels have problems with. And since most of these people that are making videos about these companies have never worked there, it really makes it dangerous for a couple reasons. First of all, most of these channels have a very far reach. So we're talking 35,000 plus subscribers, and the credibility that they've been in the industry for a while. And that's what makes it dangerous. So, I've been watching some of these channels, and, in a couple different videos they've mentioned Prime, but the usual suspects are always going to have a problem with Prime, Swift, CRST, Night, just anything that goes along those lines. And the problem that I see with these channels putting out these videos is they don't really know firsthand what they're talking about. It'd be like me having something to say about GP Transco. Never worked at GP Transco, and I would never have anything to say about GP Transco until I actually work for GP Transco or any of these other companies out there. So my bit of advice, if you're thinking about getting into trucking and you're going through some of these videos, try to find videos of people that have actually worked at a specific company. So in my case, Prime. So if you look up Prime, you're going to see a number of different videos. You're going to see the positive videos, you're going to see the neutral videos, and you're going to see some of the negative videos. People that have came to Prime and left for whatever reason. And you have videos of people, I believe Trucker Brown has worked for Prime, left Prime some years ago, and is still saying that if he had to give somebody advice on what starter trucking company to go to, he would say Prime. Now, what makes it credible is he's actually worked with Prime, and even the companies that he's been associated with recently have actually run under Prime. You have other channels like Queen Trucking that has actually been to Prime. She is no longer with Prime for for various reasons, but whatever she has to say about Prime, even though it may not be in a positive light, I would take that into consideration. Really, all that I'm trying to say in this entire video is the people that you're listening to, if they have not been at that company specifically, I would take what they have to say with a grain of salt. Everybody's saying that Prime is a starter company and, Prime has a high turnover rate. There's a number of different reasons why any of these starter companies are going to have a high turnover rate. There's a reason why the military has a high turnover rate. There's a lot of it is when you're first getting into this business, you really don't know exactly what you're getting into. So it may not be the company that people have issues with. It could just be the lifestyle that people have issues with. And it also could be that people are getting brought into this industry with the job hopper mentality before they even get into the industry. There's people talking about where they're going to go after they've been with the company for a year and haven't even started with the company day one. I'm going to do a video on job hopping and why it's actually one of the dumbest things that you could do. That's a totally different video. We're going to get to that down the road. But listen, there's a lot of good content out there. Enough content out there from people that have actually lived it, have actually lived it at a certain company, whether that be Swift, CRST, Knight, Martin, whoever. There are people that have actually worked at these companies that can give you advice. I don't want you coming to my channel looking for advice on GP Transco or Melton or any of these other companies, because guess what? I don't know it. And part of the problem with being an authority in anything is sometimes people are afraid to say, I don't know. And, I have a friend of mine that always gets upset with me from the barbecue community, and he's always asking me different questions about how I would do things or different, just running things by me. I mean, he's a great barbecue cook, actually a competition cook, but sometimes he'll run things by me, and sometimes I'll say, I don't know. And then he'll get mad, and I'm just like saying, listen, if I don't know, I don't know. I'm not going to give you advice on something I don't know about. So I think a lot of times these larger channels, or, it doesn't even matter the channel size. I think a lot of people that, whether they have a YouTube channel or not, that have been in the industry a while, feel like they may be less of a man or woman if they say, I don't know. They're pulling information from these little isolated incidents and creating an entire standpoint and video on it, which makes entirely no sense. So that is going to be my rant for the day. It really does irritate me, and when people, they clearly know nothing about a company, have a lot to say about a company. So anyway, before I go on much longer, as you can see, I'm kind of hesitating a little bit because I'm afraid to get back in that kitchen. It's been a while since I've been burning it up in there. So but I guess I might as well get in there now. I do want to thank you guys for stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I do appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and listen to people that have actually been to the places that you're thinking about going, good or bad. I'm out.